Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Morning Hustle and Head Crack After Hours is a talented MC who's been having a phenomenal year despite the year that it is. And she's partnered up with Disney and ESPN to do something magical and great. One time for Rapsody. What up, sis?
Hey, what's up, brother, man?
Man, everything is everything, yo. Good to see you again. And congratulations on the new things that continue to keep happening for you, man, in this time and space.
Thank you, man. I mean, I'm grateful just to be able to still create during this time, as much as I am, and be a voice for these times. So it's rewarding and fulfilling, to have somewhere to place that energy.
Indeed. And you know what? And like where everybody's in their cave working on the creative things that they're working on, especially if you're paying attention to anything that's going on in the world, you have a lot to say if you're really paying attention. And you got this brand new project that you're a part of called I Can't Breathe, music for the movement. And out of everybody, you're the only one interested enough to be like, yo, you can do your own song.
I ain't even ask. I just did it.
Yo, pray, mama, don't cry. I Can't Breathe is dope. It's so dope.
Man. Bilal brought that thing to a whole new level. When Jathan reached out, they told us the concept of, taking these songs from, the 60s, 70s, 80s, or whatever, and remaking them. All the songs were R&B, soul, blues songs, and I rap, I don't sing, so the best thing that I could do was to draw inspiration from those and to funnel, what would that, however I'm feeling from these songs, translate in today. How can I make one of these, for our times? And that's kind of just how I went into it. Ninth sent the beat, I wrote the hook. I tried to sing it, but I knew that I was going to get automatic.
Because I've heard you dabble with singing a little bit on some of your projects, but like, I understand how it is. Like, it doesn't always translate in your head as onto the digital as well as you expect it to. But you got the big guns. Your Black Book a little different.
You said what?
Your Black Book a little different.
My Black Book a little different. I sent him the reference, song done verses with the reference, and he went from there. He didn't even tell me he was hitting Bilal. He just hit him, and then he came back and he was like, he said yes. I was like, what? I've been wanting to work with Bilal forever, and he just absolutely killed it. But we made it work.
Yo, it's amazing that these times are like crafting these new classics that people will look back on this time, and like songs like Pray Mama Don't Cry and even the bigger picture by like Lil Baby, these are gonna be our what's going ons, and and our self-destructions, and those things that people look back and see where we were at this space, place, and time. And once again too, you super leveled all the way to hell up once again, just when we thought there was no mountain high enough. When I heard you on that Public Enemy Fight the Power remix with Chuck, Nas, and Thought, and and YG, yo, and holding it down, man. Like, yo, it's just beautiful just to watch you elevate.
Thank you, man. I always try to approach everything I do and give the best that I could give at the highest level. And I'm always trying to elevate. So I'm glad that I'm still able to evolve and grow and learn new ways to approach records and continue to be a voice. But to be on such a legendary project like Fight the Power song, what are you talking about? Like, I'd be a duck if I ain't come. Like I was supposed to come, and I ain't no duck. So I'm just happy that they reached out and even wanted me to be a part of it. Their new album is great too. They still speaking for the time. Sadly that we still have to, but
yeah. The crazy thing about the times that we're in, even if you wanted to make a song dedicated to a certain person who maybe something unfortunate happened to, by the time you get the song mixed and mastered, it seems like there's another hashtag that you have to add, to the thing. Like when you think about 2020 in its entirety, Rhapsody, what do you feel has been the most, I don't know, what was like the most difficult thing you personally seen happen in 2020?
it's like I can't even just pick one and be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause all of them hit hard. Ahmad Aubrey was hard because that was
Yeah.
on video. If you watched it, that was tough. George Floyd was tough. Of course, Breonna Taylor's story was tough. Still is. She hasn't gotten any kind of justice. Elijah McClain. And these are just names off the top, like, you know, like
Yeah.
regardless of all, in between all the protests and all the of that happening, there was still lives lost. Even, you know, it was hard for me to hear of some of the protesters that got shot and lost their lives. Like all of it is hard. You know, so I just can't pick one. You know, for me, it's all just really heavy
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But you know, they all touched in a way, most definitely.
Yeah, and like I ask people sometimes, like if somebody woke up in a coma from like they went into a coma in November of 2019 and they woke up right now, what would you tell them first? Because like 2020 has just been a big goulash of just the most insane things. Like if you'd have told me back in November last year, so listen, everybody's gonna be dressed like in Mortal Kombat. There's gonna be like marches and protesters, like you know, and it's so many people who have passed away to like the death of Kobe Bryant. Like 2020 has just been cruel with little flashes of like, you know, bright lights here and there.
That even speaks just how crazy 2020 is, because like Kobe died and I forgot that happened this year, because it's ever since that it's been
It
just
piles on.
domino effect. Bro, you know, if I was to tell them, I would just start in order, but like buckle up, let me tell you, died, we had corona, killed a lot of people, our president is stupid, these people died, we marched and rallied through a pandemic because those lives were more important than the pandemic, getting justice for that. Murder hornets, they confirmed that aliens exist. You know, like, bro,
And
like
all of those are interesting things if only one of those things happened in 1 year, but all of them happened in 2020.
yeah, they so heavy. And I know I'm forgetting some stuff. You know, but yeah, if that was my story, I think I just have to start in order because it's just all heavy. Like just starting with Kobe died,
Mm.
that's gonna be too much.
That's a chest clincher right there in itself.
You either put that first or you put that last, but it's still gonna hit the same, you know. But you know, that's where I am. I tell them about the Karens, you know, they came out in full effect
They
this
even
year.
got a Karen's law now, to where it's illegal to, you know, bear false witness. You know, said this in the Bible, don't do it, but now we've legalized, you know, like made it a crime, the way you can't like, you know, say things happened that didn't happen. So I'm glad there's some momentum being made somewhere.
Yeah, but you know, it's like what can you, it don't matter what you start with, but I know you can't leave nothing out because you know this year has been crazy, you know. But I would add some silver lining into it, you know, um, and just that we as a people worldwide, I think being still and taking the time to have to see what was going on, you know.
Yeah.
We got to have conversations and a lot of us got to learn and evolve and a lot of, you know, vibrating higher and just educating ourselves. And I think that has been the silver lining in this. You know, are we there? Do we know? Or does everybody know all the right answers? No, but I feel like there's a different kind of awareness and evolution and care. And people want to know and they want to be more involved. And, you know, just for instance, you see so many companies that are really committed and it wasn't a trend like a Disney, like an Undefeated,
Yeah.
to being a part of, you know, the solution and being the difference and, you know, making change, like, you know, really with their time, their efforts, their platform, their money. You know, so as terrible as this year was, I think this light too was needed, you know. You know, so I definitely have to add that into in there just to have some silver lining of, you know, this happened and we had the opportunity to be at a place, you know, where we had to pay attention.
Right.
And, you know, we have to come out better for it. We can't go backwards. We can't go through 2020 and not be different people, better people. Like
Indeed.
if you stay the same, then bro, excuse my French, what the fuck? Like, what were you doing this whole time?
I tell people all the time, if this pressure didn't make you a diamond, you were never coal to begin with. You know what I mean? Like everybody should come out with, that book that you've been threatening to write all these shit. This is the time to write it.
Yeah.
All those unfinished records or, task around the house. This is when it's supposed to get done. But also, once again, shout out to, Disney and ESPN, man. Like the lineup for this EP is really dope. Terrace Martin, Robert Glasper, Alex Isley, for the People Get Ready cover, Strange Fruit by Jensen McCrae, Mercy, Mercy Me by Keedron Bryant. That young man is so talented. I mean, they got the right ones for this project right here.
Yeah, man, this it's an amazing project. Everybody killed their respective songs. I was listening to everybody's songs for the first time. I was like, dang, I should have tried to do a remake. But
Nah, you get to keep your publishing. You did the right thing.
it's just a amazing project, and to hear these new voices on these classic records. I think if you haven't heard it and you're listening to it, it's definitely gonna hit you, in multiple ways, in multiple places. It's gonna inspire you. It's gonna heal you. It's gonna, speak for you when you don't even have the words to speak for yourself. And it's gonna bring awareness. And I think it's a beautiful, creative way that Undefeated and Disney decided, to use their platform as something they wanted to do. So yeah, man. But all those artists, they family. Key, I'm just meeting him, but again, man, he's such a young, wise soul, like old soul to be so.
The younger kids are, as I feel like we're a little bit more advanced than our parents. Just imagine how more advanced these younger guys are going to be
Exactly.
because of the information they had access to, the things they
Yeah,
got a chance to see with their own eyes in real time. We're watching beautiful things happen in real time.
exactly that.
Word. Now, Rhapsody, what is the last concert you went to?
That wasn't my own, that I didn't perform at. Bro, I don't even think. I do know. I do know because in the middle of my tour, we had an opportunity to go see Jill Scott on her 20-year tour for her first album. So that was the last concert that I went to. We were in Texas. Toby was there, Jill was there, Moonchild was there. They were opening up, and Jill tore it down.
Say
Like,
word. Of course. I mean, what do you expect? It's Jilly from
oh
Philly,
of course, yes, yes. So, that was my last concert.
The last concert I went to was to see you. Right before everything got crazy, you came to Atlanta. You tore down the Tabernacle. It was an amazing. No, it wasn't the Tabernacle. Masquerade. You tore down Masquerade. An amazing show, packed wall to wall. Your breath control was crazy. That was the second time I saw you perform because I caught you about a year or so ago at Essence Festival. But to see you work a full set, just in all your B-girl phenomenalness, and just like, the crowd was really there for it. And I feel like that was probably like a lot of people's last shows, because shortly thereafter that they started tightening the screws, and everybody was back at the crib doing what we doing now, keeping it virtual. But if I never see another concert again, I am happy that one of the last shows I saw was Rap, because you really
Oh,
put on for the culture though. It was dope, dope, dope.
I'm honored, man. Thank you. But that ain't gonna be the last show you see. We gonna make sure of that.
We
Like,
gonna figure something out.
we gonna come
Hologram.
out of this, and when we do it, all artists are going nutty. I already know that. So,
Now, I've been seeing some things. There's some people who act like COVID don't exist. I saw a video yesterday from Atlanta. I was like, was this Coachella? No, this was Atlanta last night. And I'm like,
and let me tell
yo.
you something now. Atlanta, they old world. I went to Atlanta last week. I was like, I'm not coming out messing with y'all.
They
So,
man, they wear the mask, but they wear it on their chin or like around their neck. They just they don't care out here, man. I stay hibernated. So when you think about everything that's been going on, like, and I know you've been chilling, laying low, working on your music. What has made you smile the most?
what is it?
Over the last few months.
Oh man. What has made me smile the most? That's such a great question. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, one, I'm a Lakers fan, so to see my Lakers get another one out, I was happy about that. I don't know if it made me smile the most. I think, man, just to be real, because I've been in the house so long, and been just trying to do the right thing.
Mm.
You know, being able to put the mask on, and go see family here and there, and friends in a responsible way. I think that's been the biggest thing that has made me smile,
Gotcha.
just appreciating those small things. You know, one coming out of, all these years of working and having to move around and not being able to have that time, to really just treasure your people, to love on your people, and then going straight into quarantine and pandemic. The biggest thing is just reconnecting with, the small things, family, friendships. I went to Atlanta one week, quarantine. We all took tests. Went to see one of my friends. We spent the night playing spades and talking smack, and that was probably one of the happiest times in a long time. We played taboo, just acting
It's the simple
people.
things, man, that means so much.
Yep, and loving on people. Yeah, so that would be it for me.
Got you. What does Thanksgiving look like for you this year?
Man, if as long as I don't have no more events, I'm gonna quarantine, get tested, and I'm probably go spend it with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, eat a little bit, chill. No big gatherings though. Yeah, I mean, we do that every year. So go see my mom and dad. She gonna cook up a feast for the whole community that, we could take 9 plates back.
All right, so,
um,
so I heard you say that they're cooking. Now, I have all these years of touring and being Rhapsody. Has it made your cooking skills diminished? Like, is there anything that anyone can rely on you to bring to the Thanksgiving table? Like,
I'm, I feel like I could, whatever you ask me for, I'm gonna make it happen. I don't cook it. I don't cook that much because I'm never home. I love cooking though. I grew up cooking, helping my mom. So when I'm home, I definitely get in the kitchen and help her. Sometimes she kicked me out because she like to move fast, and she's like, "Get out of my way, go grate the cheese, get out of my way." I'm like, "All you want me to do is grate the cheese." Bet, or she'll go pick up the chicken from Bojangles. I'm just like, that's what's up. Nobody want no Bojangles chicken for Thanksgiving, but that's what's up.
them biscuits come through though. Them biscuits from Bojangles, they hit a little different, especially the blueberry joints. Like, so what's that thing that Rhapsody makes if you want to wow and impress your dinner guest?
My favorite meal to make for dinner guests is chicken parmesan.
Okay.
Um, I that's like one of my favorite meals. But used to have potlucks before I got so busy and touring at the studio all the time. I make mac and cheese before. The green beans. But dessert is also my favorite. Like, people love my banana pudding, strawberry shortcake.
Nice,
I'll,
nice.
I'll be on that tip. But they I was surprised, like, I had never made mac and cheese for like a potluck. I was
Mhm.
like, they gonna get it. I don't know how they gonna feel about it, but they gonna get it. And people was like, yo, that joint was some of the best. I was like, say word. I was like, the recipe I found on Food Network is really banging.
If you follow stuff to a T, you kind of really can't mess it up. If I may throw, something in your direction in the world of macaroni and cheese, and I know this may sound absurd, or maybe you've heard this before. I make this thing called Crackeroni and Cheese, right?
Okay.
Basically, it's macaroni and cheese, and you take Frosted Flakes and you crush the Frosted Flakes on top of the macaroni and cheese, so it creates this salty and sweet kind of like combo. I'm telling you, if you made a plate, come on, you lean it all the way back, Rap. If you made a pan of macaroni, yo, you're sinking into the screen. Yo, come back. Yo, Rap. Oh, now I see the hand. Oh my God, she's melting.
Did
Yo,
you say you put Frosted Flakes on mac
Frosted
and
Flakes.
cheese?
I know it sounds absurd. My man Ricky Smiley thought it was insane too.
Like some white shit.
No, it's a Queens thing. It's from Far Rockaway, Queens. My grandmother used to make it. I promise. If you made a tray that had half regular macaroni and cheese and half Frosted Flakes macaroni and cheese, you would be astonished to find out that the Frosted Flakes side will go faster than the other side, and they'll be mad at you to make the whole tray that way. I'm just saying. That's how it happens in every room I bring it into. Every time.
I'm skeptical, but when I come to Atlanta, I would try a spoonful of your
Yo,
Tony the Tiger ass mac and cheese.
next time I know you're coming to the studio, I will bake it and I will make sure it's hot and fresh when you pull up, because I take great pride in my cooking. So that will be the thing I will try to make to impress you, Rhapsody.
All right, and I'm gonna bring you some chicken parm without the Frosted Flakes.
That would be weird on that. I don't know why, because there's cheese on both, but on that would be weird. Yo, Rap, I love you, girl. What's next for you?
What's next? Um, I'm working on some music. A lot of music actually.
Okay, okay.
You know, so that's the first thing. I'm definitely gonna release album or two next year. We'll see. Um, I'm executive producing a young artist's project by the name of Nico Brim. So I'm excited about that. Like I've been thinking about starting a label. I haven't decided, but you know, he's my first guy that, you know, I love his talent, support him. I've been thinking about let me see what else. Oh, you know, I'm working on some things outside of music creatively.
Okay.
I want to get into producing shows. So, you know, I'm kind of making headway in that space and you know what I want to create in that space. I think those are the biggest things that I'm really on right now. There are other things on my list, but you know those are taking up all the time right now. So I'm just prioritizing. But you know I'm gonna get these records done. Hopefully we'll get this show done. Nico's done, and that's it. You know, and still you know supporting Jamla, Ruben Vincent. He's got an album coming. GQ, my label mates, Ian Kelly, Heather Victoria. So, you know, that's the focus.
Very dope company you keep. Well, looking into the crystal ball, I see so many things with executive produced by Rapsody on it. So all the stuff you're working on, it will come to pass, man. So the project's out right now. It's called I Can't Breathe. Music for the movement. Rhapsody on there with Bilal cooking up. Pray Mama Don't Cry. You got Terrence Martin, Robert Glasper, Jensen McCrae, Keedron Bryant. Is something that you can play around the folks
Yes.
while you're cooking, making chicken parmesan or crackeroni and cheese. While you go get your Bojangles chicken, there's a vibe on there for every occasion. So be sure you support that. Continue success, Queen. And
Thank you.
yo, man, can't wait to see what happens next, love.
I appreciate you. It's one of my favorite interviews of the year. I tell you that.
Oh man, I feel honored. Like I'm truly a big fan of yours, and I rock with you the long way. And I'm from the Coolie Eye days to now. I'm
Oh,
with you.
they what for real?
I'm
That's
telling
great.
you, you know, this ain't lip service right here. It's for real, for real. So yo, you keep doing your thing, Queen.
Thank you, man. Anytime you need me, you just hit me up.
All right, thank you, Rap.
We are the morning hustle.